digest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the beautiful game, a sport built on passion, drama, history, and FIFA officials checking whether the brown envelopes are thick enough. Yes, FIFA, the only organisation that can make a magician pulling a rabbit out of his hat look transparent. Every 4 years, FIFA tell us the World Cup is about bringing people together, and they're right. Politicians, billionaires, sponsors, and football executives all together in one luxury hotel deciding where the tournament goes, while fans outside are buying €18 bottles of water. Josh is throwing an absolute hoodie on that one. FIFA always say the bidding process is fair. Jess says it's not. But of course it is. Every country gets an equal chance, as long as they have ultimate money, brand new stadiums, a private jet, and absolutely no awkward questions. And whenever a FIFA announces an investigation into FIFA, Josh just loses his head. He goes, you know, justice is coming. He gets excited. I can see him. But it's like Dracula investigating a missed blood bank delivery. It ain't going to happen. The officials come out wearing expensive suits, smiling for the cameras, a bit like Liverpool in 1992. Football belongs to everyone. Sorry, I had to put that bit in. Even VAR looks honest compared with FIFA. At least VAR takes 5 minutes before making a terrible decision. In that case, Stacey can make a decision quicker than FIFA. FIFA can make one instantly, usually during a 5-star dinner. But we still watch, don't we? We complain, we shout, we swear, we are finished with the modern football. Then the match kicks off, and we're all sitting there, just losing our shit, just there complaining about Tuchel's tactics. And me and Stacey are sitting there, snacks ready, our meals temporarily substitute at half time. So welcome to FIFA, football, where the game is beautiful, the fans are loyal, the players are talented, and the people running it make Del Boy look like an accountant. Let football and suspicious paperwork begin, and welcome to the fans' perspective. That's my best one yet. That's the best one yet, I think. Welcome to the fans' perspective podcast, of course, with my usual co-host on this podcast. There's only 3 of us today because one's gone to a party and the other one's gone on the lash. Sorry, Nick and Stacey. But big up to Jess. How are you, Jess? I know it's sort of a day off for all of us, but how are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me as always.
I know this podcast is for all of us. And down below, I swear to God, this lad has Brian Clough head on young shoulders. He reminds me of young Brian Clough. Now, that is a compliment, Josh, I would rarely take. But how are you today, buddy?
I'm good, thank you, Dan.
Look at them. Now, I will, if you are listening to this, I will describe. Josh has a habit of disappearing from the screens. People watch it on YouTube. We know what's going to happen.
Always.
But if you are listening to this, Josh has a habit of sinking quicker than the Titanic. Now, at least Josh puts his hand up in the air and says, "I'm okay." The captain of the Titanic, well, I don't think he bothered, did he? I think he was so in shock to hit an iceberg and the ship was sinking. Did he think to build the Titanic? That's what I want to know. Maybe an investigation needs to be done into that. But guys, look, let's start on the World Cup. Look, it is over. I know you lot went through heartache on the other night. I won't describe what happened halfway around Ireland. I think you can gather. But there has been a lot of talk about Tuchel. And I'm going to have to agree with you about he should be sacked or he should have resigned. A couple of days on, Jess, are you surprised Tuchel's still in the job? Or
No.
is that because the FA haven't got the balls? Or is it because, or whatever? What's your reason? Why do you think he's still in the England job?
Because he's already publicly come out and said that he'll be there for Euro 2028. Would the FA... The problem is, Dermot, if you sack him, as it stands, who do you actually bring in to replace Tuchel? Because there's not that many options out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, the managers that are probably left out there, you've probably got Kieran McKenna, Sean Dyche. I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? For me personally, he needs to go because the tactics are upon him. But will he go? Not for me, no.
And Josh, look, you said it very quickly. You said it really well the other night, talking about it after the game and the tactics and the way he went out, the way he went about it. Do you think that the players inside the camp, when he's come out and said, "It's not my fault, it's the players' fault," do you feel that he's now going to lose the dressing room massively because of this?
Yeah, because it wasn't the players' fault that it wasn't the players' fault that we decided to go defensive from the start of the 72nd minute and went defensive for half an hour. It wasn't their fault. All the changes and all the tactics that got switched isn't the players' fault. It's his manager's fault. I'm not surprised if they fall out with him because a manager who decides to go defensive in the last 30 minutes not even 30 minutes, more than that since we scored the goal in the 55th minute. You're not going to trust him when you literally go defensive against Argentina for more than 30 minutes. When we're only 1-0 up.
Yeah, I get that. And look, for me, I think I would have bought on Rashford. I would have bought on Saka. I would have swapped your wingers. And I would have bought on Mainu for the midfield. I think it's criminal that Mainu has not got started in this World Cup. I
bring him out. Go and bring him out to save him getting injured.
The thing is, Dermot, if you're going to make subs, though, please make sure they're like for like, at least.
Yeah. I mean, Josh, you know it better than me and Jess, but Mainu's the best player in tight situations there is in the game.
Yes.
He's brilliant at it.
100%.
I mean, I'm upset for you guys. You're out the World Cup, right? I upset that you guys didn't make it. Genuinely, I am. I know there's all the blackguarding and all the bit of banter going on because I'm Irish and people blaming me. I did not have nothing to do with the game, Finders. It wasn't my fault. It was Carl. Blame him. I had him inside the England dressing room for 2 days spreading rumours. It's all his fault. Blame him. But, where do you go on for here? Because it's going to be 64 years since you won a major tournament. He's saying it's the English players' mentality. Then you're attacking the Premier League, aren't you? Saying it's the Premier League's fault, Jess. So where do you go on from here? What does the FA do? They brought a manager in to win something. He hasn't. Do you change the structure? What do you do? Because this was probably your best chance of probably winning a major tournament. You got there under Gareth Southgate, and people called him a serial loser. Well, Tuchel's doing the same, isn't he, really?
They brought him in to win the World Cup, didn't they?
Yeah.
And he hasn't done that, so for me, he should go. I don't understand this mentality all of a sudden. It's in the DNA, what he's come out and said, because I think that's a lot of old rubbish, if I'm being honest. Listen, there's plenty of times where England players haven't turned up to tournaments, right? And we've all gone, yeah, it's players' fault. For me, I don't blame any player on that pitch. It all lies with Tuchel for me. So the only clear example I see is that, unfortunately, he gets sacked because it's on him. I can't sit on there and say, oh, they didn't give all, because I genuinely believe in that semi-final they
They
actually
gave
did
everything.
everything
They
they had.
gave everything.
It's on him. If you're going to make subs, you make them like for like. You don't sit back against Argentina. So for me, he got it wrong and he needs to go.
Yeah. Look, we won't spend too long talking about it because a lot of other slug pop stories came out of that game as well. Look, Josh, for me, I think Tuchel does have to go. I think if you're going to manage your nation, you need the man from that nation or woman, if you're good enough to manage that football club. I am saying, I don't see why a woman can't manage England. There's plenty of good women manager out there. You got the one that won the Women's European Championships. She can do just as good.
She does.
That'd never happen, Dermo.
Yeah,
She's
but
Dutch.
a
She's
woman.
Dutch as well. So.
But
A woman managing men's team, I don't ever see that happening in my
I
team.
don't see that for.
And that's
for
not
a
being
while.
disrespectful to myself, being a lady. It's just it won't happen. Can you imagine the English fan base and the press? They crucify every women manager.
Yeah,
It just won't happen, Dermo.
But
I don't see that.
what's the difference, though? There shouldn't be any difference. If you're good at your job, you're good at your job. And I think, especially with the FA, it's still run by snuffy nose people that don't have a clue. And I think if you spoke to England fans or you spoke to England players, they get it more. The fans get it more than the FA does. So does it have to be restructuring from head to toe? Because you're too big of a nation not to win a major tournament, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but it ain't on FIFA, Dermo, is it, right? When all
I meant the
UEFA, it's on Thomas Tuchel, this for me.
It's not on the FA. It's not on the FA.
It's him. He absolutely got it wrong on Thursday, overnight, Dermo. 100%. Nothing else. Look, do we play attractive football? No. Has it changed much under Southgate? No. Do I want to watch football when I'm excited? Yes. But was I disappointed on Thursday? Yeah, because me and you and Stacey and Cruzy could all see the self and same thing going on, everybody in the chat. Why do what he did? I will never know. Why take players that have not had a second? Why leave some players at home that should have gone as well? It's all on him. I'm sorry, but he has to go for me.
If he was to take more responsibility for his actions, say, look, it's my fault. I've done it. I got it wrong. Would you have more respect for him than what he did than you do for what he did come out with?
No.
Probably not much. Not much. Isn't good of him being delusional, say blaming it on players or saying other reasons, but still it wouldn't, to me, hurt, wouldn't seal the soul of pain that we went through Wednesday night for me.
But you got a game on Saturday, haven't you, against the French? Well, I think it's the most ridiculous game ever.
I'm not going to watch it.
Nobody's interested in it.
If that goes into extra time past 12 o'clock, no. I genuinely might not watch that game.
I ain't watching it, and I'm not coming.
But if I watch it and it goes past 12 o'clock,
no.
If it goes into extra time, no.
The stupid thing is, right?
If
you do get third, it would be your most successful tournament since '66. Because in 1990 you got fourth, in 2018 you got fourth. So it doesn't mean anything, does it? It doesn't mean anything.
They need to scrap it. We said it. We said it on our channel. They need to scrap it.
Yeah, I agree. You
need to scrap the third or fourth place game.
You don't
it's all
get
about
that.
ranking.
None of them want to play in it. Not just England, France don't want to play in it neither. It's embarrassing. Celebrate third and fourth place. Get out of here and let them go on.
Rather be on holiday, go back to pre-season zoo, rather than staying another day in America.
Yeah.
Nothing against America, but they spend another day where they have to play another game that's basically worthless because it's not the final.
Now you're supposed to get them psyched up there for the third place. when you've just had a chance of being in the final.
For me, the third place playoff is a money grabbing exercise for FIFA.
It's just rankings. It's money grabbing.
It is. But the problem is, it's been there in the World Cup for forever, since I can remember it.
They just strip it.
Do you look? I think if you look at the World Cup as a whole, right, and I must admit, right, I was a little bit fearful coming into this World Cup with the allegations against FIFA, the team, it being expanded. As an overall, and I've watched an awful lot of games with you guys on your channel, I've been quietly impressed with it. I've enjoyed it. There's been some good stories, Cape Verde, and other teams like that coming out of it. If you could pick one moment out of this World Cup that you think, what was your best moment out of this World Cup? For me, it has to be Cape Verde and the story they brought. I know it's a bit of an Irish sort of link to it because of the player that he plays in League of Ireland. He's Irish, but he was playing for Cape Verde. That's for me. What about you guys? What's your best moment of the World Cup for you?
Probably the same as you, actually, down with Cape Verde and Egypt running close with Argentina. Nothing England-wise, put it that way.
No.
Well, look, it's been an enjoyable World Cup for me. Watching other nations, I can't lie. I've enjoyed the World Cup. It's been nice on channel, but it's a sour one for me because if we'd have gone out but give everything, and manager got it right and we lost, then I wouldn't have been so bothered. But because I genuinely believe Argentina were there for taking, and England, I believe they have done it. It's a tough one.
They were there for the second because us sitting back gave them more confidence. Gave them more confidence. They're already pummeling our goal as is. But if we continue going attacking rather than dropping back basically into our box, will give them less confidence, less space, and we get on the ball move more. And I genuinely think we could have scored more goals or created more chances on the other end, and we could have won that.
Do you know what?
They were there for the sake of.
Do you know what, Josh? You do not give Messi any room, do you? You don't. He may not be at his peak.
2 assists. Two assists against us.
He may be on the. He is on the decline. He's not the Messi as he was 5 years ago or even 3 years ago. But you still don't give him room, do you?
No.
You still don't give him the space. And when he was in the middle, you had him so packed in. You had him blocked in there. But once he moved out wide, then that's when he comes into his own.
I think you're right. To be fair, they're subs as well. Although I think they went very attacking subs towards the end when we started to go defensive. Their subs were perfect because it was, I think it was DePaul and Montiel on that right hand side. And then Martinez and Gonzalez, who was really good. That allowed Messi to go more into the middle behind the strikers because the ball was whipping it in already. Every cross from him, I generally thought we're going to concede every time. Gonzalez, who literally came on, got his head on everything. He was unlucky to not score a goal. Their subs were amazing, but their subs looked better because we went defensive and then sat back. I think if we actually went attacking wise, their subs wouldn't have looked better than they actually did. Yeah. Because
I agree, Josh. I totally agree. Look, I don't want to get political because this channel's not about political. We don't talk politics in this channel, but there is something that happened after the game, and I know it's upset an awful lot of people. What they did now, the latest I know that I've read that FIFA have opened up disciplinary action against them. That can mean a fine, which they were fined, I think, in 2022. I think they were fined for the same thing. And again, in 2018, they were fined for the same thing. So possibly a fine. Look, Josh, we know Martinez of Argentina was in and around there. I think Romero was in and around there. I don't know about McAllister for Liverpool.
No, he wasn't.
Now, I was listening to a radio station the other day. I was working away on the computer, and I had YouTube on. And I don't normally listen to this radio station, but a clip come up about what happened after the game. And he was saying that any Argentinian player that plays for a British club should get a 5-game ban, right? Which I thought was ridiculous, right? I rarely did. I thought you just cutting off the nose to spite your face. You can't be doing that. It's down to FIFA. It's down to the Premier League. Now, where I don't agree, you should not be. FIFA is right. Political slogans is not anything part of the World Cup. But do you fear, as football fans, and how this World Cup's turned out, that Argentina have got more favourable decisions on the way to the final, that FIFA will just turn a blind eye to this again? And how does that make you feel about FIFA in a whole? That we know UEFA are trying to put up a candidate against the FIFA president next year. We know certain nations in UEFA are wanting to pull out of FIFA, get UEFA to pull out as a protest and leave FIFA as a joint organisation. How would you feel if UEFA did that, if they pulled out of FIFA? Would you support that by UEFA, or would you think, well, you're just as bad as FIFA were? I mean, guys, and people in the chat as well, get your thoughts in on this view as well. We will talk about the Argentina ratifications about what they put up, but just on UEFA as a whole, what's your views on that? Because I think that would be very brave, and I would support it. So I don't know what you guys think.
I'll let Josh go first. I'd support it though, don't put it that way. Look, if you look at the World Cup in a whole, there's been interesting decisions made.
Yeah.
Let's just say we look at the Argentina game when Mo Salah, was that a penalty? In my opinion, it was. Was there enough for that goal to be ruled off for Egypt? Not for me. They won't. No, not when you look at the precedent on Thursday's game where they were going in after a minute and a half, and the elbow with on Anderson and stuff. There's a lot for me that is questionable with it, and him who got involved. I can't lie, he needs to go. So I'd be all for it, Dermo, for me.
I mean, Josh, where would you be on it, bud?
I think it would be brave, but I would support it after seeing how very controversial decisions actually were made in that World Cup. Not just for Argentina, but there were some other games that had a lot more controversial decisions, like France, Paraguay, and there's other games that have had one or two decisions that are very controversial, but I would support it. I think it would be brave, but I would support it.
And just very quickly on a Man United sort of view, with Martinez being in and around it, what's your views on Martinez as a fan? Take your English, if you can separate your English allegiance, but just as a Manchester United fan, how will you welcome him back? Will you welcome him back, or will there be some sort of, I'm done with you now, as a United fan?
I'm unsure, but I've seen a lot of people on X, United fans as well, basically tend to sell him on the spot and stuff like that. I'm unsure. I think I liked him to start with, not when he's done it, but I liked him before he did it. But it would. I'm not like done with him full stop, but it would take a lot of things from him to convince me back to like him, I would say. After that.
I mean, just before we carry on, big up to Jess for putting in 2 gift memberships. Thank you so much, Jess. You're so kind, and I'm really appreciate it. Thank you so much. One of them has gone to Spotlight and Spurs. Big up to you. And the other one has gone to Joe C 7-7-7. Sounds like my PIN number. I have to change my PIN number. Big up to Joe. Do thank Jess for her kind support, and she is a big supporter of this channel, so thank you so much indeed. I want to say a big up as well to a few people come in as well, just very quickly. Big up Giant68, big up Dermo. He says big up Dermo and panel and chat. He goes, I see the final first time halftime has been Americanized. It'll be 25-minute halftime with a bit like Super Bowl, plus winner all gets a winner ring. Yes, I will talk about that. I'm finding it a little bit we football for me has been broken. Big up to Leeds Angel. Big up to you. She says, I can't stand the footy we were playing in the last 8 years. Boring. Absolutely. Big up to Brenny as well. Big up Brenny. Everything he meant. I think he meant to say evening, lovely people. Big up the chat. Big up to you, Brenny. Big up to Drula as well. Big up to you, Drula. Great to see you in the chat as well. And big up to Dan as well. 2 Spanish players got bans for similar incidents after beating us in the Euro 2024 final. I want your thoughts on this, guys, right? It's hypothetical. So let's go down the hypothetical route, right? Just imagine if Ireland beat England at Wembley, right? And it's a big European game or World Cup game and we beat you. And Irish players started to unveil a banner or got one from the crowd saying Northern Ireland belongs to the Irish, you know, so on and so on. Would you, and UEFA went, right, any players caught around that are banned from the final. Is that the sort you want FIFA to go down, guys, that they have to be hard on this? Because if Argentina don't get any players a fine or any players banned to the final, then FIFA's own rules on this a joke then.
Well, there should be a stronger deterrent, Dermo.
Yeah.
Because you can't be doing stuff like that. Just in a generalisation, any country doing it. But Argentina, the shameless they are. So does there need to be a better deterrent to prevent this happening? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Josh, where are you on it, bud? Because, look, I would say if it was us that did it, right, there would be an outcry, right? And let us not forget, and again, I'm not trying to get too political, but I thought it happened after the game, and I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on it. I think it was 255 people lost their lives in that conflict back in '82. Do you think for even the families of those people who lost lives on both sides, especially on the English side, do you think FIFA have to sort of do something to represent them as well? Do the FA have to go into FIFA and say, look, this is not good enough? We have to, as Jess says, a stronger deterrent. What is a stronger deterrent? The biggest deterrent for me was to ban Argentina from the final and say, right, England, you go in your place. We're throwing you out. It's not going to happen. We know that. But for you, would banning players be a big enough threat from you? This is what happens.
I think it does because it at least shows that stuff like this, like political stuff like this, should never be mixed in with football and football matches or anything. But I think giving them something like a ban would at least set a precedent down that stuff like this isn't welcomed in football. Like, politics should never be part of football. So
it shouldn't. I agree.
Yeah.
But is there a sort of history that politics and football do go intertwine? Over the years, it has intertwined, and will it always be part of it? It shouldn't do, though. It shouldn't. You're right. It should be separated. But do politics and sport do intertwine? And will it always intertwine? But how do you stop it intertwining, though? Do you know, you're seeing players doing that. And look, I'm a proud Irishman, right? And we have our own history with the UK. We have our own history with it over 100 years, over 700 years. And I'm not going into that, but I'm just saying, from my point of view, I think you wouldn't see Ireland teams doing that if we're playing England teams. We wouldn't do it out of respect, because football, sport is sport. But if teams keep doing this, on FIFA then proven to the world that they're not good as an organization, that FIFA are so corrupt that they will let a Donald Trump ring the president to get an American player put back in, get a red card rescinded. Argentinians saying to FIFA, oh, it's okay. We're fine. Can you not help us out here? How long does FIFA need pulling down from the top completely disbanded and starting again. But how do you go about doing that? Because if you do that, then are you hoping for a better organization? But aren't FIFA so woven in corruption and so woven in bribery? I've got that word right. That there is no way of sorting this out without destroying it completely. So you stop the World Cup. You don't host it for another 10 years until you get a better organization to run it. I mean, Jess, we all know corruption in football does go hand in hand as well. We're not stupid. We know it goes on. But would you be happy to say, right, there's no World Cup for the next 20 years or 10 years and rebuild FIFA from the ground up again on new foundations? Or how do you do it? How do you go about stripping this out of the game?
The thing is, Dermo, that's a big call to make, like pulling the World Cup, because should teams be punished because of FIFA or UEFA? No, not in my opinion, they shouldn't. But the only way politics should never be brought into football anyway, by the way. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree. I agree.
But I think we've seen a little bit more of it in the World Cup than we're doing club football, shall we say, because you don't see that very often with banners and stuff in Premier League and all that. So I think that precedent was set when Donald Trump started getting involved with rescinding red cards, and Argentina have been known for it for many seasons to be doing what they've been doing with flags and stuff. But if you're wanting to change it, then everybody goes from top to bottom and you restart it. But would it work? I don't think cancelling the World Cup for 10 years matters to me. I think that's punishing a lot of football teams, and I just don't see it happening. But if you wanted a pure UEFA and that, it comes from the top to the bottom, doesn't it, Dan?
I mean, FIFA was not built on that. FIFA up to, I think, Havelange, who took over in when did Havelange took over? 1972, I think he took over from Sir Stanley Ross, who was the FIFA president before then. And he was the one to start bringing in Adidas, and there was talks of bribery back then, apparently, and we've got the Sepp Blatter thing. Of course, we've all seen the Netflix series on Sepp Blatter and everything. I don't know, Josh. I mean, for my generation, I think football's always been. I've seen a lot of stuff in football that will make your teeth itch, right? And I know Jess has as well. You're a young football fan, do you know? And you've seen the Premier League to what it is now. I mean, UEFA saying they want to make Euro 2028 just about football. We might pull away from FIFA. How do you do it? How does this younger generation that's coming with you and probably after you, how do you then clean the football pool? How do you take corruption out of the game? Well, as much as you can, because we know it never will be out completely. But how do you go about it from a youngster's point of view? Because you're the future of the game. You know, I'm 50 in February. I've probably got another 30 years ahead of me. So I'm halfway through my life. Oh, no, I'm going to be here I'm going to be genetically frozen. I'm never going to die. You're just going to take me out once a day to do the channel and put me back into freeze me again. But Josh, how would you do it? If you were given, right, there's your magic wand, Josh. I want you to clean up football. How would you do it? And also to the chat as well. Jess, I'm going to ask you the same question as well. In the chat, you've got a magic wand. You can change one thing to make football a better sport. What would you do?
Get rid of it in a hole, Dermo.
That's true.
I would say like VAR and stuff like that. Getting that independent, like independent investigators or independent VAR referees, because I do feel that is a big, included with VAR and stuff like that, and referees, that is part of the not corruption, but like it's a big thing with referees making bad decisions, VR making bad decisions. So I think, and not to say there's bias, but there's something there where it needs to be upped into the consistency.
So it's like bigger envelopes, basically. Would you say that?
I'm not saying envelopes because I don't want to say it's corrupt or anything like that. But as I say, independent stuff, independent people need to employ in that area.
Am I getting right that you were quite happy with an independent regulator?
Yeah,
running the whole.
So it stops any sort of suspect of bias or any bias that happens or stuff like that. Because I think that's still not only the World Cup, but like cases like the City case and stuff like that. Like those parts, I do feel it's a big problem nowadays.
Yeah, I get your point. I mean, just look, we know it came through the laws in the UK, didn't it? A football regulator over the Premier League. We know UEFA we had the Super League, didn't we, a few years ago? And UEFA made the Champions League into a mini Super League. Do you think independent football regulation works? Could it work? Or do you think that could quickly be sort of corruptible as well in a way?
Anything can be corruptible, can't it, Durham? It just depends on the people you appoint to bring in. It would be better an independent thing, maybe ex-players, ex-managers, something like that, maybe. But then you've got the police that are corrupt and everything else that can go with it as well. It's a tough one.
That's true.
You ever really rule it out of football? Not in my opinion, no.
No. I mean, do you know what? I was looking at it. I was looking at something today, right? I was looking at the news and something come up about talking about what was it? I forget now. It'll come back to me. So look, we got the World Cup's finished on Sunday, and of course we got then Premier League back, and all pre-season starts. All our clubs will start playing again. I can't wait till next Wednesday. Man United are playing soon. Liverpool
tomorrow. We'll play tomorrow.
Oh yeah, who you got?
Wrexham in Helsinki, Finland.
So that would be Wrexham 3-0 then, yeah. It started. I'm sorry, Josh.
We've got a lot of youngsters, to be fair. Our squad is mainly filled by youngsters because we took a lot of our World Cup players went to World Cup senior players. And
so
we got a couple players recovering from
Mason Mount and Harry Maguire.
Mason Mount, Maguire.
Is Kyle Mooney gonna make a debut tomorrow? Do you think? Will he get a run?
No, he's JJ Gabriel and him. They're only 16, so it's too early. It's mainly the senior youngsters and first team players involved. So. It's already been announced, our squad. So.
Yeah. Look, with the pre-season up, and it gets excited about the Premier League again. We all live for it, don't we? All on our channels, we all live for it. We follow our teams. You know, it's great. The first day of the season, we're all excited. We'll be doing a preview show, of course. We will start the season. We're going to get all our predictions in. Should be fun. See where we end up at the end of at the end of the season. Look, I'm obviously buzzing. I can't wait for the season to start. I'm counting down the days. I think it's how many days now before? What day are we today? 17th. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 5 days away from Tottenham playing. And a 5 o'clock kickoff against MK Dons. Can't wait. De Zerbi ball back. Brilliant. Liverpool. Let's start with them. And then I think we can do Leeds with you as well, Jess. So we'll do Liverpool, then Man United. I'll talk a bit about Spurs, and then we end up with Leeds on this topic. Just very quickly, if you are enjoying it, please hit the like button and the subscription button on both channels, please, on JSY Talks Football and also THFC Till We Die. If you're also listening to this and all your podcasts, please hit the follow button. There'll be plenty more of these podcasts coming out during the season. The good, the bad, the ups and downs, the rows, the laughter. we'll be coming to as we go on this roller coaster of a ride called the Premier League. Liverpool. I grew up Liverpool being the most successful team in Europe. I grew up with them in the 80s being successful. You went into a little dark period. Then you had the genius of Jurgen Klopp revived you. He didn't give you the kiss of life. He gave you an absolutely big jolt of electricity and rebeated the heart again. You were successful under him. Arne Slot came in. The slot machine won the jackpot, and then he took his machine away with him and left. Now you've got the Bournemouth manager. You've been a bit quite quiet in the transfer market, but it is early, and we know the World Cup's been on. You've lost some big stars, Mo Salah, people like Andy Robinson leaving the football club. Is this a season of finding Liverpool again, Jess, for you? Or is it a bit more than that?
To be honest, we've had 2 seasons under Slot, which haven't been great football. So, you know, I don't expect Areola to do anything in his first season. And if he does, fantastic. As long as he gets us top 4, I'll be quite happy with that. And I can see that style of football changing back to how we used to play, and then I'm happy. I don't expect Areola to come in and set the ground running. And, you know, a lot of people are very sceptical with him because but he hasn't won out. Yeah, but there's also other managers, Carrick at Man United, that he hasn't won out. You know, you can't go on that. But first season, he'll be all right in learning his trade and, you know, the players playing under him. But for me, if he gets us top 4, I'm happy, and anything else is a bonus.
Yeah,
but I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. I wanted Slot on, so I'm happy in that respect.
Yeah, you were very vocal at the end of last season. I remember you were extremely vocal.
I'd have checked out this season. If he'd have still been in, I'd have checked out. I wasn't enjoying his football at all.
I mean, look, you look at your new kit as well. I like your new. We are going to do a show on rating our kits, so that's going to be interesting. And we're going to rate past kits as well. So that is an idea running around in my head. Josh, Manchester United, of course, the arch nemesis of Liverpool. Fergie sort of started that rivalry up massively, didn't he, in his time? You haven't really been the United of old, have you, recently? Ever since Fergie left, I felt it was a bit like Matt Busby leaving United at the time. There was always going to be a decline. It's been a big decline from you guys. You've won cups, but you've never able to find the consistency to win a league again.
No.
What gives you the sort of confidence in Michael Carrick that he can build something at United, that he can sort of bring back the Fergie sort of, I don't know, DNA into the club? Or is Carrick another wasted opportunity that Man United have gone down?
I don't think it's a wasted opportunity, because I think why it went so well in the second half last season, he gets the club. He is a United legend. He gets the club in and out. He knows what it's like to play in the shirt. So I think if he gets back in the next couple of seasons, we finish in the Champions League next couple of years consistently. I'm not saying that I expect us to chance for the title, win the title next year. I just want us to finish in the Champions League the next couple of years and challenging, get far in the Champions League. But Champions League's just the aim for me now. If we challenge the league and win it, then I'll be buzzing. But I think because we've been out or in the Europa League for so long now, consistently getting Champions League football and improving our squad slowly, weeding out the players who are getting on or not good enough, weeding them out and improving the squad. I think it's going to be a couple of years before we actually challenge for the title. So I think I believe in Carrick. He did great for us the second half of last season. So we've seen players come in already. So just the rest of the window, hopefully get a couple more and then let him do his work. Because I think if we back him more, given the players he not wants, but like that can help us next year, I fully believe in we'll do well next season. Not win the league. I'm not saying we're going to win the league. I what I want for next season is the Champions League again. If we challenge the league or win it, then great. But what I want is it's a bonus, yeah. But what I want next couple of years is finishing Champions League.
Consistency, Josh. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Consistency.
Consistency, yeah. And then also making steps in the Champions League, also like going far in the Champions League, I would say.
Do you know what, Josh? And I don't mean to be disrespectful to us, to my team, right? Winning the Europa League, right? I really don't. It's a night I'll never forget. It's a European trophy. It's a trophy that I cherish. 3 times we've won the UEFA Cup now. You know, we've got so much history with the competition. But I do feel, looking back on it now with hindsight, I think United losing that final was the best thing to ever happen to Manchester United.
I think it was a wake-up call.
I think it was. And
I think it was a wake-up call.
And I'm not taking anything away from us winning it, but I think it led us down the path of being a little bit delusional, that we were better than we thought we were. And when you look at United, you had 1 game a week, right? Which people are always going to level at you, Carrick, and you had 1 game a week. But I think that's slightly unfair. Because
he had to come in and do a job, Dermo.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the point.
The ground didn't get running for him. But he did because he's got that mentality of a Man United player. He's been under Fergie. He knows the club from bottom to top. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it could have also gone tits up, Derm, and gone the other way. So, you know what I mean? Like that narrative of 1 game a week.
For me,
it's...
For me...
And I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to United, Josh.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I can. And I do feel you losing that final was the best thing ever to happen to United.
Yeah.
Because it made you realise, and especially with your previous manager, who, to be fair, got himself sacked.
He got himself sacked mid-season, to be fair.
I just feel Carrick coming in just hit the nail in the head. The Alex Ferguson, he played under the great man himself. Does Carrick need to lean on Fergie more and use his experience if he's in a tough spot this season? Would you mind that? A bit like, I think, some managers leaning on to Matt Busby back in the day. When they were in, Alex Ferguson did that quite a lot when he took United over. He kept leaning on Matt Busby and gaining from his experience. Do you feel Fergie can play a role in this season for you guys?
I think he can do, but we saw second half of last season under Carrick. We won the first couple of games, then went through a dip of like 1 or 2 losses. I feel he can, now that he's experienced being that half season, being with us at second half of last season. And then this is year where he's coming in as the actual permanent head coach. Tomorrow is his actual first game as the head coach. I think he can work his way out of it. He's had experience now, half season in the Prem. He's got a full season now. I think he can lean on him, but honestly, even if we lose a couple of games, I back him to weave his way out of it. What we saw from the second half of last season.
I agree, Josh. Look, he's an ex-Tottenham lad as well, so I wish him all the best. I really do. I've got great time for Michael Carrick. Look, I'm going to let you guys ask me about Tottenham because I'm not going to ask myself a question, obviously. So I leave it to you guys. So do you want to do Leeds first, guys, Jess? And then we'll go on to Tottenham last. So we do Leeds. I have to say, from finding you guys and joining you guys for watch-alongs and going on the journey with you last season with Leeds, I gained an awful lot of a soft spot for Leeds United. Don't know why. I think the fans are bonkers, so I'm bonkers. So I can rarely say they're the fans of me. I can get them right. You know I'm bonkers, Josh. You know I'm not. You know I'm short of a few shillings. So.
A bit.
Sam was short of a bit.
Yeah,
I think you're going a bit too low on the bonkers.
So what you're saying? I've lost a full pound. I am short for a full.
Yeah, you lost the plot.
I will admit. Yeah,
that's what I was trying to say.
So I sort of thought, do you know what? I quite like the Leeds fans. They're on my level. I can understand. It's a bit like us Tottenham fans. But what I saw last year was a manager that loved your football club, that absolutely adored the club. He's got the best interests at Leeds at heart. He came out with a statement, didn't he, at the end of last season when you were safe, I want players to back me. You've made a few good signings, I think, Jess, over the last month or so for Leeds, but I know you want more. I know you need a new goalkeeper, and you probably want a striker and a midfielder, I would say. With Leeds, what is it about Leeds that makes them? What's the word I'm looking for? What makes Leeds such a lure, such a pull to sort of neutrals and sort of other fans who thought, do you know what? I quite like Leeds. Is it something to do with the fans? Is it to do with the history of the club? What is it? What makes Leeds Leeds? And with your hopes, and I know you're not hoping for a lot, you want to stay in the Premier League. And I think you will. But what is your widest dream for Leeds? So I know it's a two-bit question, but if you're doing the first question first and then second one, but what makes Leeds Leeds? What makes you so, like me, a Spurs fan, go, do you know what? I got a soft spot for them. Is it the fans?
Fan base is a lot to do with it, Dermo, to be honest with you. And Leeds have always been enjoyed in Premier League. They always give you a good home game. They always travel way away from home.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, just like how Leeds are, we're a very welcoming bunch, I suppose. We're all right. People love us, people hate us, Dermo. That's the narrative of football. But everybody always says to me, I enjoy Leeds being back in Premier League. So there must be something in it, Dermo.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Leeds over the years, the history they have, in the 70s. There is a big history of that football club. It is a big club, by the way. And I hate this narrative that you're not a big, just because you haven't won things recently, you're not seen as a big club. Leeds
We've got a big fan base, Dermo.
Yeah.
We've got a big fan base.
Yeah.
Are we a massive club? No, not for me. We're not. But
are you a massive club in name? More than
maybe in name and the fans. Look, we've got a big fan base and a massive following. I will say that regarding Leeds, and a lot of people enjoy watching Leeds play. There's that mentality with Leeds United, I suppose.
Mm.
And
there is.
Oh, everybody says, Leeds are a Premier League club. They deserve to be back in Premier League. I don't know about that. Things have changed, but we're there on merit because we deserve to be there. And all we need to keep doing as Leeds is just stay humble and just keep battling and staying up is the first and foremost. A lot of Leeds fans are a little bit ahead of themselves, like, we'll get Europa League and Conference League and all that. Mm. I don't believe that'll happen in next 4 to 5 years. And if we're still in Premier League by then, we can progress. We need to look at models like Brighton and Brentford that have stayed in the league a long time now, and just build our way up. I mean, really happy with the centre-back we've got in. He looks a real prospect, tall as well. We paid big money for him. Harry Wilson again on a free transfer. That's a good signing for Leeds United. And we need a goalkeeper ASAP. The thing is, the fan base is massive for Leeds, and it is wherever you'll go, you'll always meet a Leeds fan. It is what it is.
No, I've got a soft spot for Leeds. I don't know why. And it was only last season I was watching, because I did so many watch-alongs with you guys with Leeds on that FA Cup run. And I did the semi-final with you guys. And do you know what? I said, I've got a bit of a soft spot for them. I know, Josh, Man United, you go Battle of the Roses, isn't it? So there's not much love lost between United and Leeds fans, which I think is a great rivalry, by the way. It's one of the best in the Premier League. Yeah, so the question, what was so that's about Leeds. Right, you guys better ask me. I don't know what to say, so I'll let you guys come up with questions.
What are your hopes for Spurs this season, Dan?
If I'm being honest, Europe, I think we can qualify for Europe. I would love Champions League football. I think this talk of winning the league is, I've seen a few people saying we're going to win the league. We're not there yet. We're not the finished article. I think we've got a long way to go. I will want Europe. I think we can win a cup. I think we can win a League Cup or an FA Cup. FA Cup with us is so embedded in our DNA at the football club. We needed. I was a teenager last time we won an FA Cup, and I'm 50 in February, so I would love to be 50 and see us win an FA Cup. But yeah, Europe, Conference League, UEFA. If we get a good season, maybe Champions League. If we finish 5th and we get 5th spot again, why not? And I think we've done well. We've done well in the transfer market. We've bought some really good players in. We're going to get some players out. I'm excited. I'm buzzing. I'm really buzzing for this season, and I'm full of hope, and I'm full of excitement. I feel like a teenager again. This makes me feel like I felt in a teenager when I used to go to Tottenham week in, week out. I feel like a teenager again. And cannot wait. Delusional me is back, and that's the best version of me being a fan. But yeah, that's why I think Europe. I think we need to qualify for Europe. Right. So we've talked about league. Let's talk about actually Man City, because I feel it is something worth talking about. And I suppose, Jess, we should start on the Rangers Celtic thing, because Rangers, how many years ago now has the Rangers got done? Was it about a decade ago now?
Maybe a bit longer, to be honest.
Now, we know what happened to Juventus. We know what happened to Rangers as well, guys. Look, we're coming to the start of the season. Are the Premier League, or whoever this officials are looking over it, are they running out of time to announce this before the season starts? So where are you with this, guys? Do you think they have to come out with something in the next couple of weeks?
It's not going to happen, Dan, for me.
No.
I probably would agree, but why do you think it's taking so long? Do you think are they trying? Man City going to trying to come out with some face? Are the Premier League trying to come out with some face? Where it's really frustrating, isn't it? Because it's not making the Premier League look good. We've got this hanging over us. From a Liverpool and Leeds fans' point of view, and a Man United point of view, and of course me a Tottenham point of view, does it look bad on the Premier League? This, I think it does. I think it puts the Premier League into a bad light. I think it makes it look like I don't know, not a corrupt tournament, but competition. But I think it's a bit unfair. So where are you guys on it? How do you make it fair then? How do you leaven the playing field when it comes to City?
You level the player field, Dermot, by dealing with the issue. Like you deal with all the other clubs, Everton, Nottingham Forest, Sheffield Wednesday, yada, yada, yada. That precedent has to be the same for everybody. Not because you're a top 6 club that you'll get tracked differently to Everton or Man City. Or Nottingham Forest, because the bigger pull is they're the top 6 side. If they've been, whatever they are suspected of, if they are proven, then they should be dealt the same consequences as every other football team. But will it happen? No, because this has been going on for that long. I can't lie, it's taking the piss.
Yeah. Does it, look, Josh, to be fair, right, does it make you feel that they're going to get away with it? But they're just trying to say to come out that it makes everyone look like we're done our job, but they're going to get away with it?
Just feels like it's been swept under the door last couple of years, and we've not heard anything about it really. And it looks like they're trying to just let them get away with it. Because if they wouldn't, they would have. If they would have tried to make it seem that they weren't letting them get away with it, they would have come out early and said something or dealt with it. But because it is swept under the door for so many years, it just feels like they're going to get let off scot free.
Yeah, I agree, Josh. I think I have to agree with that as well, because I think the Premier League don't want the hassle that it's going to bring. I mean, if you give them a 60-point deduction, say, for example, right, hypothetically, right, they can appeal that. So how long is that appeal going to take? So if they're going to appeal the decision, we're 4 years off 20.
Nothing for them, though.
Yeah, so we're 4 years off the start of a new decade. Are we really going to start going into a new decade with this still hanging over us? Like, it is absolutely ridiculous that this is still hanging over us and still hanging over the league. Do you feel, Jess, it devalues the Premier League a little bit?
It does, doesn't it, Dan? Because, let's be honest, this has been going on a hell of a long time now. But they're quick enough to penalise other football teams. So why are they any different? Why is this taking so long? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a mockery, innit? Because nothing, people talk about like, oh, they'll get relegated to Vanarama or they'll have 60 points deducted. That's just talk. That will never happen. Not in my opinion, it will.
And it was like when Pep left, wasn't it? We all said it, didn't we? We all thought, oh, there's something happening, something's coming. That why is Pep leaving?
Yeah, I didn't know, Dermot. I said it was generally because he was
Yeah,
shut
you
down.
did, to be fair.
He was tired. I didn't see it had any relevance on Pep Guardiola, because whether or not what Man City have done is right or wrong, that wasn't Pep Guardiola that did that. And to be fair, I think he left Man City at the right time. He was looking tired. You know what I mean? And it does take its toll on you. Jurgen Klopp said that when he left Liverpool. It's a massive job with a lot of pressure. Do you know what I mean? Because Man City, there is them expectations there every season to be successful and do something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, I
leaving
agree.
for me were irrelevant.
Yeah, I agree. Like I just think I think they're going to come out and say, look, they've been found guilty of the lesser charges. We're going to fine them, and that'll be it. And as Catalan says, and he's right to say this, when Haaland signed a new long-term contract, you knew nothing would happen, and maybe he's right in that. Maybe he's more on the money and that. Well, look, guys, we are going to end this podcast here. I've really enjoyed it. We've gone through a lot of topics, actually, and we've really sort of given our views on it. I want your views on the World Cup final. The last topic we'll talk about is the World Cup halftime show. Now, oh, dear, this is going to be fun. And giving out rings as well, bit like the Super Bowl.
Seen that today.
Now, if you were a player, right, and you got offered a ring to win the World Cup, I can understand why they're doing it, right? But is FIFA becoming too much Americanized?
Well, it is more of an Americanized thing to do because it's at basketball and stuff like that. But do you know what, Derm? On this one, I actually think that's a really nice memento to take away.
I think so, yeah.
Whoever wins it, hopefully it's Spain, I can't lie. But for either team, that is such a nice memento to take away from the World Cup and something to show your kids or your ancestors.
Yeah.
I actually think that's a nice thing. I don't have the issue with that.
Do you have the issue with the halftime show?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's going to be half an hour. Is it a normal break? What, it's 15 minutes now?
15 minutes, yeah.
So you've got a chance of injury. You've got a chance of players pulling up injured. You've got a chance of, I don't know, given if there's any momentum, that being taken away completely. I mean, do you agree with some of the TV stations that are not going to show it? Or do you think they should show it? I don't agree with this halftime
Are we
show.
showing it over here, Dermo?
I think RTE are going to show it. I think ITV are
It'll
showing
be on
it.
mute. It'll be on mute. I won't be watching.
Do you know what? We can give a blow-by-blow watch-along to the halftime show within the watch-along. I'm just thinking that.
I don't know, I'll get some flags up. We'll play Name the Flags or something, Josh.
Yes.
We'll bring our own twist to the half-time. We'll put a quiz on or something.
Yeah. Half an hour. Yeah, who's on stage? Oh, it's Beyonce. I don't know who's actually on the final list, Josh. I don't know if you can find out, or I'll find out who the...
Who?
On
the half-time show?
Yeah, I don't know who's doing it.
Let me check.
Yo, big up Rennie as well. Bless up to everybody. Make sure we're subbing up to Dame's channel as well, yeah. On road to 3K. Come on, sub up. It's free to do.
Right.
Well,
Madonna's doing it.
Justin Bieber has been added to the halftime show of the 2026 World Cup final. He will join Shakira, Madonna, BTS, and Burna Boy, who were already scheduled to perform.
BTS and Burna Boy.
Yes.
I am sorry. There's only two people I know. Well, three. I know who Shakira is, right? I definitely know who Madonna is.
I know who Justin Bieber is, but who are the other two? Sometimes I highlight up in the back garden.
So BTS is a Korean boy. I think it's not boy band, but like singers. It's Korean.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
But Burna Boy, I think he's an American rapper or something, or singer. I can't remember.
I know who Coldplay are.
Burna Boy.
Who's Burner Boy? It sounds.
Well, you just got to go up and get the hologram of Elvis
I
out. and
think
start
he's
singing
an
in the background.
American
Well, no, do you know
rapper
what?
or city.
I would give them a bit of respect if they did that.
rapper
Actually,
or
to be
singer.
fair.
Well, I'd rather have that.
So he's a Nigerian singer and songwriter.
Right.
Drooler, I don't know who they are, but I can't
think-
lie. My
I
genre of
think
music.
Serena Wiegman, they were on stage when we won the Euros, and she basically likes Burna Boy. I think they got Burna Boy on the stage. I can't remember. I think it was him or someone else.
I'm not lying to you. This is true. I've been onto this. I think it's something to do with FIFA, right? It's got the full list on. Apparently, characters from Sesame Street and the Muppets are included. Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy will also appear. I mean,
Muppets been right.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh my good lord.
Just put Donald Trump and Infantino in Muppet
I'm
suits.
on and all. Why
Put
not?
them in Muppet suits because they are Muppets.
Look,
And then when he starts lifting it, World Cup, or
Yeah.
whichever team wins it, Trump's there lifting World Cup.
well, he is going to the final. He
Yeah.
is going to present his trophy. I mean, that's going to be
hilarious.
hilarious in itself. Look, I think Coldplay. Look, I like Coldplay, so they'd be good. Madonna is Madonna; she's a legend in herself. So that Shakira is Shakira. But yeah, the Muppets and Sesame Street, Jesus. Honest to God. We might have to do guess the flag, Jess. We might bring up certain flags.
Yeah, we'll be doing something on the half-time break.
Yeah.
'Cause I won't be watching it.
Do you feel, look, it's going to go this way, though. Do you feel like, could you see UEFA doing something like this?
No.
No.
I
Do
mean,
you think we'd have that in England,
we wouldn't have it over in England or
That's what I
Ireland, to be
mean.
fair.
No.
It's all
I mean,
commercialised, isn't it? Look at these hydration breaks. That were just in there to get the adverts in for Americans. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It's happened in
now.
non-league as well.
I mean, we've got
pre-season games.
I mean, we've got
games.
the GAA hurling final this weekend on Sunday as well, in Dublin at Croke Park. That would be just game, half-time, second half, over. None of this malarkey. You can imagine, right? The FA Cup final, half an hour break. Oh, let's bring out Jive Bunny and the Bunny mixers. I mean, let's bring out madness.
Let's bring out Teletubbies.
Tell you what, we'll get the Pet Shop Boys on for 20 minutes. They can do a set of West End girls.
I'd rather have that. Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, if they had Bruce Springsteen turning up, a bit of Pet Shop Boys, people that you can relate to. And I get it, it's done for the younger generation. It's done for Josh. It's all Josh's fault because they've all done it to Josh's age group. So it's all his fault. I'm blaming you, Josh, for Bad Bunny.
But I don't.
Madonna's more mine than your age group, though, Dermo.
I don't follow
No,
them.
Madonna,
I don't.
Hang on.
I've heard of the two, BTS and Burna Boy, but I didn't fully know. I don't listen to music or anything, but I know.
What was I? I remember Madonna when she started. Catelyn wants Snoop Dogg.
Get him from Swansea. Get him from Swansea.
I mean,
Climbing.
you could. I mean, I was thinking bringing back Adam and the Ants and bring back Shakin' Stevens. I mean, why not get them out of retirement at home and get them dancing around the stage for half an hour? As you said, do an AI version of Elvis. Why not? Donald Trump's such a big Elvis fan. I'm sure he could have swung that in some way of shape or form. Or I tell you what they could do, and I'm only spitballing here. Could they have put Donald Trump in the middle of the stage and make him have a half an hour rally? No, that would just send people to sleep. Or get a ring and get him and Joe Biden. Who's gonna pull their back first? Sorry, that was a bit of a dig. That was a bit of a dig at Conor McGregor and his fight by doing his knees. Sorry.
See, we can
I'm
be
just-
serious and have a little bit of
I've
fun.
just got visions in my head now of Donald Trump and Joe Biden in the boxing ring.
Both cry. Da, 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 da.
They probably pull their
Walk
backs,
out over
walk
the
into the ring.
over the pitch, straight from the tunnel,
Going
and
round,
walk
wait
out,
around giving autographs.
and music in the stadium, and then big
Oh,
big
dear.
girls.
Look, there is one serious question I want to ask. Last question, then, so then we're going to end the podcast. Right? Is the way that some teams have been treated in this World Cup? Now we know. We look at Iran, how they were treated. You look at other teams, how they were treated as well. Do you think UEFA are right when they said every team needs to be treated equally?
Yes.
Needs to be treated the same.
Yeah. What's going on in Iran is wrong, but it's not the football team, is it? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the thing. So you treat Iran's football team as the same as Spanish, English, Welsh, whatever, right? Because what's going on in their country ain't their fault at the end of the day.
No,
So
it's not.
how they were kind of singled out is quite disgusting, really. Like they had to fly back straight away and all this. Like, look, I know what's going on, but now again you're bringing in politics into football again because you're punishing Iran's football team for what's going on in their country. Do you get what I'm saying? It's wrong.
Yeah. It is. I totally agree with you on the 100%. I think that would be the biggest sort of thing out of this World Cup for me. That how I think FIFA have to be more transparent and more acceptable for all nations. It doesn't matter what's happening. I just feel it was too much Donald Trump led, and having that referee not allowed in the country. And I think UEFA did the best in giving him the Super Cup as well. Say no. And I think that was right by UEFA to do that. Just have you gained more respect for UEFA? Because I have during the last couple of weeks, and the way they've sort of come out, and the way teams like Germany, Italy, Spain, their federations are starting to come out now and starting to a little bit make noises of, come on, we're not happy with this. We can't keep going on. Have you gained a little bit of respect for UEFA back again? Because we know that they've had their problems as well.
Yeah, I've seen certain things, especially with Germany and stuff like not wanting to sign because he's been going around trying to tout on it for his next presidential. Yeah, but then again, do they all still piss in the same pot? Probably so.
Do. Yeah, they do. No, I didn't celebrate it, Daniel. I wouldn't do that. I'm not that sort of person. I just don't like to get. I think he's.
I don't like him as a person, but what happened to him regarding his injury was awful. I only watched that fight.
Yeah.
No, not nice. Wish him all the best as a speedy recovery. But as a person, I don't like him.
I did say, and I will. I'm not going to. I did say this to Mrs. Tron that I felt because how we view him in this country, it was a little bit of karma. But I didn't mean it in the way that it's probably come out. But just because of what he's been through in this country and what he did to the lady over here, and I just feel he's not liked over here. He really isn't liked. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people find him arrogant, especially when he went on St. Patrick's Day into the White House and started spouting the shite he was spiting. So look, I don't wish him any ill health. I hope he makes a speedy recovery. It's a horrible injury to get. And look, I hope he comes back and does what he does. But yeah, it is what it is. But I didn't celebrate it, no. Breaking news, Tuchel has just signed a 6-year extension at the FA, proud of his 7 in defence approach. Yeah.
All right, and one question before we do go, though. Score predictions for Sunday's World Cup game?
Do you know what? I was just about to say that. But yeah, okay, you go first then, Jess.
Two great minds.
Yeah. Go on. What are you going for, Jess?
3-1 Spain.
Josh?
2-1 Spain.
Look, I'm going to be honest. At the very start, I did pick Argentina to win the World Cup. But there is a but coming.
I want Spain to win it, just so my prediction's right.
Their antics after the game against England, the way they played against England, the way they have cheated. I thought Cape Verde pushed them all the way and should have beaten them. I thought Egypt should have beaten them as well because of dodgy decisions and refereeing decisions. Again, you saw the refereeing decisions against the English team, how you could see everything was favoured. And so I would like Spain to win. I think because of Porro and him being a Spurs player. So I'm going for Spain. And Spain are going to win 4-1. I think Spain are going to turn up against Argentina and whoop them one. So that is my predictions. Stick your score predictions in the chat and in the comments section below. But guys, we are going to end on this little note. After weeks of goals, drama, dodgy defending, questionable refereeing, and FIFA pretending everything is perfectly normal, we're finally here. 2 teams remain. 22 players are about to chase one ball for 90 minutes, while millions of fans completely forget how to breathe. Tonight, heroes will be made, hearts will be broken, and at least one manager will spend the entire match waving his arms like he's trying to guide a plane into Dublin Airport. We've had shock results, last-minute winners, VAR checks longer than Lord of the Rings films, and players rolling around like they've been hit by a bus, only to get up and sprint once the referee looks away. But none of that matters. This is the final. There is no second chances, no easy games, no blame in the pitch. The referee, or Mercury being in Reed Rocketide, wherever that means. I have no idea. It's going on that. One team will lift the World Cup, become legends forever. The other team will receive a lovely silver medal that they will immediately take off and never look at again. So grab your drinks, ready, turn up the volume, hide anything breakable if you're Spanish or Argentinian, prepare for the nerves, madness, penalties, and possibly grown men crying on live TV. It's the World Cup final, live on JSY Talks Football. Do you know what? As I always say to Jess, let the chaos begin. Good night. God bless. We'll see you next week. Come on,
See you tomorrow, Peeps, for Man United Wrexham.
Come on, you Spurs. In De Zerbi we trust.